continue with our high school drills to maximize court space by showing you a drill for 16 people. Notice what you're going to do is you're going to form two lines on the opposite side of the court, divide the court in half, but you'll have two lines on your side also. And you'll feed them a ball on one. You'll serve actually. They'll hit a return on one and come to net on two for a volley, playing the ball cross court with people on the other side. You can alternate so that they don't hit each other, or you can go two at a time, depending on your skill of your players. The biggest problem with this sort of drill is you have to make sure that you have clear zones of how they exit. Like, keep the guys in the green on the side so they're not in the way of the ball. After they hit the volley on the return, the blue, they go to one, they go to two, and then they exit out the sideline and go back to the baseline. That way they're not in the hitting zones. They can't be hit by a ball. Time it so it's always one player playing cross court and another player playing cross court. You can adjust the game to the level of the player too. Like if the players are really good, you can feed one ball and they play it out and it's over. But if they're not too good, you can give them a return, a serve, a volley, another volley, another volley. You want them to have maybe 3 or 4 hits on each rotation. If it's a very large group, you can have the blue guys switch all the way over to the orange guys, or the orange guys go to the yellow guys. You can change the rotation so that makes it slower, and they have to rotate more. But let's step back before you start those crazy drills, and we'll show you some simple drills that will be easier to explain. This is your basic 1, 2, 3 drill across the baseline. They hit one ground stroke, the second ground stroke, and third ground stroke. But your goal is to have 3 hitters at a time. Feed the first guy, he goes to 2, feed number 2, then go back to 1, then feed number 3, then feed number 2, then feed number 1. Feed number 3, feed number 2, number 1. So you have 3 hitters on the baseline at any given time. Place yourself in the red, you're the smiley face of the red, and have them hit away from you. After they exit 3, they go to the end of the line where the blue dots are, and that way they're out of the hitting zones. This kind of drill is really fun because it gets them moving to a target. You can try to ensure they don't cheat, but you want to have 3 hitters at a time. That's the hard thing in terms of the feed. Feed number 1, then after he hits the ball, you feed him number 2, and go back to number 1, and feed number 3, number 2, and number 1. So eventually you're just feeding 3 balls at a time. Quite fun for the feeders and the hitters if done properly. Now, always beware of the safe zones. You can also do the same thing, 1, 2, 3 across for the volley. So it becomes like a poaching drill. You can modify the difficulty level to the level of the player. But you get them encouraged to moving towards the ball, Feed number 1, then when it gets to number 2, you feed number 2, go back to number 1, and feed 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. This volley drill is a really good drill just to get them used to the idea of moving sidewards and poaching on the ball. Note the feed zones. You always put yourself out of trouble and you're always hitting away from you. You can easily reverse this drill and go the other way and do backhand volleys. Or you can go really slow too. Just go, one guy hits the first ball, the second guy hits the second ball, the third guy hits the third ball. Depending on what you want and how large your group is. It's always good to give each player something to work on before they start the drill. Let's talk about the reversal. Go the other way. Feed number 1, feed number 2, number 3. Now they're going the other way. You can reverse any of the drills we show you, but just always be aware of the exit points. They come out of 3, go all the way around the baseline, line up on the other side. That way you're not in the zone. Never have players collecting balls by the hitting zones. Always be aware of where everyone is and make sure they're aware of where everyone is too. You don't want anyone running into each other. You don't want anyone hitting each other with a racket. Nothing spoils a drill more than an injury. So safety is always the biggest thing. If they miss a volley and it's into the net, clear the ball. If they miss a shot on the baseline, clear the ball. Stop the drill, clear the ball. 10 seconds of prevention will prevent hours of paperwork for you and a pain for the kids. It just spoils the whole mood once you have injury. This drill works pretty well for like up to about 7, 8 people. It flows pretty well. The only limitation is the number of balls you have in your basket. But that can be remedied by having people pick it up. So after you hit, they can pick up balls also. You can reverse all of these drills and you can add other shots. What do I mean by adding other shots? Change the shot. Instead of hitting forehand, they run around and hit a backhand just to have them practice their footwork in that direction. Or going the other way from 3, 2, 1, have them run around their backhand and hit a forehand. And by doing these drills like this, you get them to work on different things. Remember though, whenever they run around a shot, make sure they plant their foot and transfer weight back forward. Make sure that they start from behind the baseline and step into the court. I always teach each player something to work on specifically. Joe, Mary, Tom. Joe, you're working on getting your racket back early. Tom, you're working on hitting through the ball. Mary, I want you to make sure you transfer weight to your front foot. Make sure everyone goes through something specifically in each drill. That way they're working on something and they feel like they benefit from it. Don't just be a ball machine. You're a ball machine with a voice. What separates you from a ball machine is your eye and your ability to make them work on something differently on each shot. Now, they can even change the third shot. Start from 1, go to 2, go to 3. They can be running around their backhand to the forehand. But instead of number 3 being a deep ball, play a short ball. And they can go drive, and go get a drop shot. Or they can go drive, and hit a kill shot by the service line. Or it can be a volley in the third shot. By adding different shots on the third shot, you really make the drill a lot different. And even on number 1, number 1 could be a forehand, and number 2 could be a backhand, and number 3 could be a running up approach shot, or they could come up and hit a drop shot. It really becomes your option. But that's the beauty of these 1, 2, 3 drills. When you get in the habit of doing 1, 2, 3 across the baseline, you can change the third shot, and the kids become very attuned to it. All right, kids, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 across. First shot is a forehand, second shot's a backhand, third shot's a drop shot. Target zones are here. Always give them target zones also. Now the third thing you can do is you can serve from the service line. Don't serve the baseline, your arm will die. From here, serve to number 1, have them hit shot number 2, and number 3 can be a drop shot or an easy put away. Always make your drill logical. Serve a wide ball to number 1, don't hit the person sitting on the side. So that's a forehand. Then they'll have a ball at number 2, which would be a backhand. You hit cross court. Always give them the direction and target zones. And then a short put away shot at number 3. That's a logical set of sequences of shots to hit. Try to make the shot sequence logical. Make sure you clear and exit. Control the tempo. You want everyone active, but you don't want anyone in danger. Now we'll proceed to teach you on how to educate them on a double line combo, building up to our 16-player double line drill. This is a dangerous drill for pro. You serve the service line, serve, return, volley, volley. And the way I used to do it was I would serve the service return, watch them hit the ball, make sure it's not coming to me. Serve the next service return the other side, watch them hit the ball, make sure it's not coming to me. Then serve the volley, feed them the volley, as they close in, watch, make sure it doesn't hit me. Then just hit the volley to the next person, make sure it doesn't hit me. It's like a 1-2, 1-2 combo, and then keep moving forward. And the idea is to get a lot of reps, wide serve, outside volleys. That way they don't hit it at you. They're supposed to go down the line. Or you can cross court if it's more realistic for doubles. Then you do the same thing, but now you can go baseline feed and they play it out. You add a volley, like you serve the number 1 and he plays it out down the line, and you serve the number 1 on the other side, they play it out down the line, they come into net, and the people in the baseline are playing shots straight ahead. That way they get used to a live ball feed. And this is how you end up with the 16 players on one court. Because they can rotate sides, they can just run it for 5 minutes this way, and then they can switch the other way. But this drill, if they're really good, you can play 1 ball, and the rally will last really long. But they're not really good, you can play 2 or 3 balls. That way, the players on your side get used to a live ball. The players on the other side work on a shot, where it's very controlled. And your goal is to get to the point where they get more reps and they can work on their game and become better players with live ball situations.